What's going on, y'all? Okay, this time I would like to show you another animation cheat sort of thing. And when I say cheat, I mean like it's animation, but it's sort of like not really like, I mean, you're making things, you're having pictures move, but it's not in the traditional animation sense that you might think of where people are drawing the different frames or taking pictures of each frame one by one. This is more like a keyframing type thing, and it's pretty cool to make. They use this technique a lot actually in anime stuff, and probably other genres of cartoons and artwork and stuff like that too in animation. But here's how you do it, and we're gonna start off in Photoshop, and then we're gonna transition into After Effects. So okay, we have a picture of Goku here. The reason we have a picture of Goku is because I have a musical project called The Cloud Kid that I'm releasing soon, and I'm in the middle of doing the promo for it. So I've ended up drawing a bunch of different versions of Goku, but me as him, obviously. So I have this drawing of me just chilling, laying on this cloud, and I already have everything laid out the way I'd like. I got the highlights here. I'm just smashing all my layers together here. Let's see. I do want it to be over. You know what? I'm just gonna smash everything together. I'm confident that this is the file that I want to use. The one thing that I do need to do, okay, let's duplicate this and make sure it's all full. One thing I do need to do is put a blink on him, which is a very cheap way to make it seem like something's animated, just by making a blink. So I'm gonna put a layer on top of here after I select his eyes out with the lasso. I'm gonna add a new layer. I'm gonna grab the eyedrop tool, and then I'm gonna color the color of his skin, or the color of my skin, I should say. And then we're gonna make that the background, and we're just gonna hit Command and then backspace and fill that layer with brown. We're gonna call this closed eyes. It's not quite closed eyes yet, so what we're gonna do is, actually, maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna use parentheses for his eyes. That looks fine to me. I'm okay with that. Or maybe they should be in a more enjoyable mood. Sure, closed eyes. So we got his closed eyes and we got his open eyes. Now we're gonna save this document. I'm gonna save it as Cloud Kid. Going to save it into my folder that I put on my Cloud Kid stuff. Just name it Cloud Kid Chillin'. Okay, so now we're gonna take this document and bring it into After Effects. Find the, okay. What I'm going to do now is bring in my PSD, retain layer sizes. And then just open this. Okay. Document's a little on the large side. Let's change that to 1080. 23 frames per second, square pixels. Okay, that works for me. And then, whoops. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna make sure that his eyes are parented to his body. Next thing I'm gonna do is make him a lot smaller. Now what I wanna do is go to the eyes. I wanna turn the opacity all the way down and then set a keyframe. And then maybe after 2 seconds, then that's when I want him to blink. So I'm gonna set another keyframe here, and then I'm gonna go over one keyframe or one frame and set it to 100. Now I'm gonna skip over 2 more keyframes, or 2 more frames, I'm sorry, then add a keyframe. And then I'm gonna skip 1 more frame over, and then another keyframe that's at 0%. So what this is gonna do is give us the illusion that he's blinking. Now, I don't want to keep adding keyframes because why do that? So I'm gonna add another keyframe. This last final keyframe of him with it open, I'm gonna add this maybe at this mark right here. I don't know. Now what I'm gonna do is go into our opacity. I'm gonna hold the Alt key and click on the stopwatch. Then I'm gonna grab our loop out property for the expression. Now that's just telling After Effects that I want this to keep looping indefinitely. So he's just gonna keep blinking. It's not blinking enough for me though. So I'm just gonna copy these keyframes, put them right here maybe. And then there. Maybe that's a little too much blinking now, but we'll see. I like it. It's a little bit in a silly pattern, but that's better. Okay. So now that we have them blinking, we can start working on our background. Now what we're gonna need, I vision this guy floating on this thing through a forest. So first thing I'm gonna do is look up a panoramic forest image, right? Something, a long image we need for him to be able to show distance, show motion, those type of things. And I'm gonna try to get, whoops, let's go back to images, tools, large. And then we're just gonna use, I'll use this one, I like this one. This one's probably cool. So just save it as forest, pan. I'm gonna save it in the same folder. I'm gonna bring that file into After Effects. Right behind the Cloud Kid. Make it a tiny bit bigger. And we're gonna start it from this side, right? Then we're gonna bring out our hit P for position, or you can always just bam, drop that down, but P is a shortcut for position. So hit position, keyframe, and then I don't know, I want this to be about 30-40 seconds. So at 30 seconds time, I want this whole entire thing to travel from left to right, or from right to left, or whatever this direction is going. So he's going backwards. Didn't want him to go backwards, so let's just select these and keyframe assistant and time reverse the keyframes. And now he's going forward. A little too fast for my liking, so I'm just gonna bring this down to about the 45-second mark, I guess. That's better. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. We need to create depth. That way it sort of continues to sell the idea that this kid is, you know, floating through the desert, or the forest, I mean. So Google's your best friend with a lot of these images. Let's say big or jungle tree PNG. Bam, you get all these different types of cool trees that are already cut out for you to use. Just gotta know what to ask the internet, and the internet will give you what you are asking for. So, let's see, jungle tree wow. This one looks dope. It's not cut out though, which is okay, I guess. It's not cut out, we'll cut it out. Just copying and pasting it into Photoshop right now. And then what I'm gonna do is magic wand in every area I see that might need it. And then I could just do select similar, and it'll grab all of the spots. Delete that because that's not necessary, and then save this as tree. Make it a PNG. It could be a PSD too, but those tend to be bigger files. This one's interesting. Same thing. Get rid of these. Okay, so now we have another tree. Let's name this one large tree PSD PNG, sorry. Now maybe, let's see, jungle vines PNG. See, all that stuff is going to make things look a little more believable, you know? Oh, this one's already transparent. Okay, cool. So let me save that. Don't know what I just saved it as. Ooh, I'll take this too. All right, so I think we got enough for now, just to start to get to start getting everything going. So we'll drag these in here. Okay, some of these are ruined, which is expected. Let's see. Okay, so we'll take this tree here, drag this. We'll take this and drag this into here, and then we'll make this a little bigger so that it covers the thing. And then we'll also, let's see. Since this is going to be in front of them, let's see. First of all, we have to pick a spot where you might want this item to pop up at. Like, I think I want this to show up maybe like 4 seconds in or something. And then we just take the parent link and link it to here so that it moves with the background. So now it's got them passing behind the tree as well as in front of them. And then you just, you know, Plant a couple more trees in here. This one might be a little larger. And then parent again to there. And then like maybe there can be some vines hanging down, you know, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use this twice. I'm gonna use it once on the foreground here. I'll link this there. Oops. And then I'm gonna use it again. It's much smaller though. And then behind it. And then I want to, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's take the anchor, pull it up some. Now I'm going to slowly just like kind of rotate this thing. Do this, and then alt click on the stopwatch of the rotation, and then we're going to loop this out also, so that just keeps happening. But I like to see how it looks to make sure it doesn't look ridiculous, so I'm gonna render it. Ease. Maybe we just do it like that. Trying to figure this loop thing out. There we go. See where we're going with this? But we need depth now. That's our problem now, depth, right? So even though there's a few white things in that, still, we're gonna go here and we're gonna go to our blurs, and then we're gonna go to a camera lens blur and turn that up, maybe to 10, I don't know, at least though. And then it's a little on the bright side, so I'm gonna darken it too. Now we're getting somewhere, right? So I'm just gonna copy this blur on here, apply it again to this tree. Maybe not as blurry, or maybe this one's more so blurry. Not 20, but like 17, I guess. And then this one can be less, a little less, like 7. This here, of course, this giant mofo, it's gonna be very, very blurred. Probably 20. Okay, now we get that. We're starting to get the idea of him sort of really moving through this nature. Right? The more you add, the better it starts to look. So we're gonna drop that in there now. Just copy and paste in this camera blur in here. But I don't really like it to blur that much. Let's do 10 on this particular one. And let's put it up a little higher, why not? And then always remember to link back to your panning image that way. See, the thing that's really moving is the trees, and everything's moving except for him, but it's giving us the illusion that he's moving. Huh, that was weird. So now, you know, it's coming together. Let's do like a flower PNG. Let's do some nice flowers that we could put, but not like roses. Forest flowers. Exactly. And then you could just keep selling it more and more. Let's say let's do this rotation thing again. Just adding another expression. Oops. To tell it, oh, okay, we want to loop this out indefinitely. A little too quick for my taste, so let's and this is honestly what I want for many of these. I want that for this as well. Wow, so now, you know, all these things are coming to life, and it's just looking like he's just chilling, floating through the forest. Just exactly what I was looking for. Now let's turn the brightness down a little bit more. Some of these trees. And then, I don't know, right now I'm just really feeling that sort of old washed away look. So what I'm gonna do now is try to blend everything together. We'll do like saturation. And with this, what I want to do is just affect the greens. Kind of want to give them a yellow sort of feel to them. Turn them up actually a little bit. So maybe not even have this. Okay, wait, let's do that after. Let's try like a vignette. Let's see how that would look. So let's put that on another adjustment layer. Further trying to get some depth going on in here. I think maybe this guy's standing out a little bit too much. Pretty dope. So the last thing I'm gonna add is these butterflies that I obtained from YouTube. It's a free green screen, and I think it'll sort of add to the element of this design, or this animation, I should say. Sorry. First thing you gotta do obviously is key out the green screen. But before I do that, let's try to fix the curves a bit. The green could be more green. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's make this a little darker, and then we'll take hue saturation. And then we're going to take the greens, turn them up, just make it so that they're so obviously selectable, so that it looks better when it's keyed out. So now we're going to take the key light, get rid of that, and we're going to go to, let's see what the screen mat shows us. Pretty decent. Just get rid of some of that white around the edges. And finally, let's blend them in a bit more by, first of all, throwing them into here. Let's put them behind some trees. Actually put a couple in front too. Different times. And these guys here will be blurred. Now we got all these cool butterflies flying around. Now we got this kid just floating through. Chilling. Last thing I'm gonna do, and this is like completely stylistic choice, it's like something that I've just been doing in my stuff lately, but I like a little bit of noise, like maybe 10% of the noise. And now there we have it. So again, I appreciate you guys checking this out. Hit like, hit subscribe, share the video for me. Check out my music, Miles High Life. Google that. I'll leave the link at the bottom. I appreciate you guys watching. Tune in for the next one. Leave any questions or comments you might have on here, because a couple times where I went quiet and got to focusing, so maybe I might have left something out or might have moved too fast or overstepped too quickly for you guys. So just leave questions and comments you might have below. And again, I appreciate you sitting through it and watching and checking it out. Hope you enjoyed the final product. See you guys next time, or rather speak to you guys next time. Peace.